in conservation, and wala namang question, si Secretary is a leader also in protecting the environment. I mean, if it was anyone else, maybe I do that na baka may gusto nila dyan, etc. But I don't think we can accuse the Secretary of, wanting the land for anyone or for a interest group. Ayaw nga niya makipag-meeting eh. I mean, I've only seen her, I think, 4 or 5 times at the CA, the budget hearings here, di ba? So, having said that, there's an opportunity here, definitely. And no pun intended, but everyone loves adobo. So, maybe, sir, if there's a little bit animosity, ma'am, with your permission, siya naman po ang... one of the longest na rin ako sa Senate eh. So, I know the feeling na may historical perspective ka na. Sabi niyo naman, ma'am, yung legal naman yung head, di ba? Kasi, ma'am, ang problema lang dun sa 300 hectares. Parang ang tingin na nila void. But that doesn't mean they cannot change their ano. But I'm saying, let's look also at dun sa 130 at 2,700. Baka sakaling with the supervision of USEC Adobo, magkaroon ng konting paglilinaw. Sa akin lang naman, ma'am, yun lang yung historical din. Kasi nga, yung, I'll end with this, ha. Alam nyo, when Lani became mayor, nakita niya yung sa 7-8 kilometers ng Laguna Lake, ma'am. May parang 3 hectares doon. Ganun na rin, nagkakanya-kanya na rin. May nagpasa na nga ng ordinance. May mga retired galing din sa Bureau of Lands na nakatingin na sila. 2009 to. And then, when the DPWH was putting a little bit of land recovery for the road, parang hindi lumalaki yung lupa. Yung pala, yung naka-occupy doon, inuurong din niya yung kanyang fence. Habang nag-recover, inuurong din niya. So, Lani went there with talked to the LLDA. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, si Congressman Neric Acosta yung nandun. Sinabi niya, Neric, there's only 2 things here. Mapupuno to ng informal settlers o kami ng mayaman to. So sabi niya, what will I do? What will we do? Sabi niya, kunin na ng city to. I-eco-tourism, protektahan lang natin. So now it's a thriving park which still being developed. No? So ang point ko lang, if you don't know the historical perspective, ang daling sabihin, uy, ang gandang lupa niyan, sayang naman. So I don't know the historical perspective, but I do understand, Sir Ben, na when you say na powerful people, etc. And I do, but I've been watching the secretary. I think she means well. I mean, powerful din yung sa reclamation eh. So kaya nga hanggang reklamo na lang kami. Wala na yung reclamation, tuloy pa rin eh. Di ba? So it's not an easy, it's not a black and white legal issue, ma'am. Eh, di ba? It's a complicated thing. I'll do my part for this. No? So yun lang ang request ko, ma'am. We'll suspend the hearing. Let's all do our reflection Holy Week, but we'll have a technical working group. Baka, may pasok pa ba kayo ng Monday? Oo. Alam ko, officially tayo wala. No? Pero i-require ko na lang some. Just mag one meeting lang tayo sa Monday para lang we can documentation and everything, diba? Tapos give us a few days after. Yeah. Then we just the week after Holy Week, let's put the timelines and patong natin lahat ng proclamation. One quick question, ma'am. If this is canceled, is housing still on the table or are we looking at keeping that as puro ng conservation yung area? Or we haven't gotten there?
So within the spirit of the protected area, there is usually a plan. There is a protected area management plan for the conservation of these areas. Having said that, Your Honor, I've also had discussions with SOJ because this property was in fact ordered to be titled to the Bucor. And we're under consultations now with their own plans as well.
And knowing you, ma'am, pinapa-environmental impact study nyo na whether or not we should totally not build in the area or...
Yes, sir. In fact, we've had to do that also because of the considerable sources of flooding that have actually occurred in this general area. So with the work of DPWH and ourselves and other private stakeholders as well, including academe and some civil society groups, as well as the LGUs, we've actually begun this work.
Ma'am, maybe I can ask your permission. Why don't I sit down kahit for an hour next week with Yusek Adobo, if kung sino gusto niya isama, tapos 2 or 3 from the Blue Star. Let's just sort out where we are, where ganyan. Walang aregluhan dito. Just anong submission, anong issue. Mini na ganito, then we'll have the Holy Week, then isubmit nyo na lang lahat. No? Both of you can bring the legal. No? Because kung ganitong setting gagawin natin, as I said, we're not pala talking about just one cancellation. We're talking about the 28 years of history and presidential proclamations, and I saw sa letter nyo nakalagay, questionable survey plans. So issue din yung actual location. No? Yes, Miss Ann?
Honorable Senator, I actually just really wanted to add that I'm grateful that we have this forum finally to come face to face with Secretary Yulo. I'm sorry, ma'am, that you misinterpreted our attempts to reach you. It does not come with anything else but an interest to be able to engage you in keeping this place alive. Let me assure you that. And I hope this continues on. What I have noticed, in addition to the lack of dialogue that has caused this issue to worsen, is really the lack of knowledge also of what actually is happening on the field. So if I may recommend, sir, that the next meetings be conducted on site so that both the Secretary perhaps, together with us and together with the Senate, could see what's happening on the field.
I'll allow that, but after the next meeting. Kasi I
Okay,
just
sir.
want to, as I said, let's come out with yung lahat ng facts, and then together with Yusek Adobo and si ASEC, come out with the issues so that pati pag nag-inspect, it's not only sightseeing, but point by point kung anong issues dun sa lugar. But we appreciate the invitation, and we appreciate nga the openness to dialogue there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, yes po.
So, certainly we'd be ready to meet, as you have suggested. I would just like to say that our efforts have really been multi-stakeholder. We have a project called Transform, which involves local governments plus other stakeholders in this area as well. And the groups that are involved include NGOs, include our partners in terms of reforestation and biodiversity conservation. This include the Peace and Equity Foundation, the Philippine Business for Social Progress, the University of Rizal, the local governments of Tanay and Baras, and the Lopez Group is also part of this particular effort, specifically the First Philippine Holdings EDC, and their capacity to do both biodiversity and greenhouse gas inventories. So it's a comprehensive environmental impact assessment that covers not only this area, but the 26,000 plus hectares of this particular protected area.
Thank for that reminder, ma'am. So what we'll do is that we'll invite them in the next hearing. We'll probably invite the LGU, and if you can name 2 or 3 of the NGOs to the technical working group, then maybe one representative when I meet Yusek Adobo and the Blue Star Group, just for transparency, para alam nilang we're laying down the facts and our legal position. No? The meeting is not meant na mag-aregluhan. No? The meeting is meant to clarify the issues. If it leads to agreements or disagreements, then so be it. But at least malatag lang yung, kasi parang nagkabulbul na yung issues eh. Doon lang sa consultation, who did what, who meets who, medyo may malalim na eh. No? Yeah.
Yes, Honorable Chair, we will inform the Project Transform partners.
And ma'am, thank you for your presence of the whole team. In other hearings, I have to threaten them that General Torre will fetch them. No, but in your case, the whole DNR family took time. Thank you very much for that. Same po. Thank you very much sa buong Dumalyang family. Thank you, Director General Rudy. Yeah, so we'll do the groundwork and help us with the paperwork now. Yeah, thank you. Have a good weekend, everyone. So the hearing is hereby suspended.